A young man once recounted his mother's battle with cancer when he was a teenager. The story, however, didn't revolve around his experience or feelings. Instead, the tale revolved around his dad. Doctors discovered an aggressive form of breast cancer that required immediate treatment. The chemo and radiation therapy quickly left his mom incapacitated. She lost her hair and appetite while her personal appearance became a skeleton of her former self. What stood out to the young man was when his father would stoop to kiss his bride and exclaim, "Girl, you sexy." He knew his mother didn't believe such statements, but it impressed him how his father continued to reaffirm his undying devotion regardless of how mom looked. Most evenings, the young man would hear his mother retching, as his bedroom wall backed up to the family bathroom. The vomiting sessions were violent and loud, often waking him. After months of enduring these interruptions, he stormed into the bathroom one evening, where he found his dad rubbing mom's back. What surprised him were the 2 pallets of blankets and pillows laid on the bathroom floor. Every evening, his father had been sleeping in the bathroom next to his wife while she wasted away. Ashamed, he closed the door without protest. His mom recovered, but he never forgot the lesson his father taught him. Love isn't sexy most times. But if done right, real love is unconditional and sacrificial. Struggling vines produce better wines. Winemakers will tell you the best wines come from grapes and vines that struggle and suffer. Bad soil oddly yields higher quality grapes. To produce the most complex and vintage wines, the grapes don't need lush, beautiful soil. Instead, they need slate and sand. They need soils like clay and steep, rocky cliffs to produce wines of character. There's a deep truth hidden there that applies to more than just wine. Place a person in comfort where their every need is met, and people can recall a spoiled brat who lacks character and depth. Love is no different. To produce the mellow beauty we long for in a relationship, there must be struggle and sacrifice. But anymore we settle for $2 wines we snatch off the gas station shelf. Our culture has turned love into the equivalent of the Burger King slogan, "Have it your way." Media and edited TV series only show how sexy love should be, and we buy into this illusion hook, line, and sinker. Instead of vintage wine with character, we've begun mass-producing grape juice. Cosmo will give you 50 different ways to get his jollies off to have him eating out of the palm of your hand. Maxim will promise you the skill sets to become the stud she can't resist. Tinder and Bumble give you infinite options without ever spending a moment to put in the hard work that produces the beauty of devotion. Instead, we're content ordering a children's drink, complete with a cardboard box and sippy straw. But love isn't conditional or void of devotion. And it certainly shouldn't be served up as a children's drink. The Siren Song. In November 2018, my wife and I attended a marriage boot camp to strengthen our relationship. After 7 years of marriage, it became clear we needed a tune-up. Throughout the 5-day experience we, along with all the other couples, fought and struggled. We completed exercises where we imagined the other spouse dying. We pressed every single trigger of our deepest held wounds. That may sound counterintuitive, but couples on the verge of divorce walked out hugging and kissing. The fruit it produced in my marriage continues as the exercises helped produce empathy and compassion. But that week in boot camp wasn't sexy or easy. It was full of tears and hardship. Our society, however, tends to avoid suffering like the plague. If life had a Staples easy button, we'd press the red contraption over and over rather than endure trying times. As our culture grows more consumerist, we make love about our needs, wants, and what the other person provides. Keep me happy and I'll stick around. At the slightest hint of discomfort, dating apps or another person become the siren song leading us to shipwreck. But love, real love, hopes, believes, and perseveres. That type of love isn't sexy. It involves deep pain and suffering. But for those who've been tested by the bitter fruit and endured, there's a distinct beauty in the hardship. You're stronger. More in love. The laughter is richer and intimacy deeper. When the moments of suffering come along, you cling to each other like a sailor clutching rope in a storm. When you finally pass through the eye of the storm, you'll continue to hold fast to the other. While that type of love may not sound romantic or endearing, the vines and roots will have grown stronger and deeper. Like those wines cultured in the hot sun and rocky cliffs, your love will become one of substance. It will be beautiful, full-bodied, and exquisite. Most of all, your love will become the only type that really matters, unconditional.